I do think, and I start with the lawyer part, the idea of lawyer as counsel, the idea if you come in, one of my good friends, Sue Cochran, was saying about, courtrooms with a heart, where if you go into a courtroom, you have a warm, engaging person who sits down. I mean, you're seeing this now with drug courts and some other ones where rather than a judge up there saying this is the way it's going to be, they become community centers of how can we help you for the situation, that the law can be used as a entry point for people to find solutions other than having a who's right and who's wrong part of the solution. And I think you're seeing bits and pieces of that even in the courtroom start to happen. And we did I was actually Kim was part of this in terms of sending some people to it. We did a seminar here in an international forum with people from 7 continents about 8 years ago called Divorce, What's Love Got to Do with It? And it was the idea of actually love and divorce. Now, where in the world would you ever think you could have a dialogue like that? But there was funded by a place called the Fetzer Institute, which is an old organization that have millions and millions of dollars that they spend just on trying to find examples of love in the world in all sorts of businesses and law. And so I think that's going to be more common, that we're going to get to that. I think we've got to find a way to make that happen in the political arena so that it starts to filter down. But I think lawyers are certainly people that can make a big difference in each legal segment, and then hopefully it'll circulate up to the political world. But I think like there's some areas of law that we do now, like parenting issues, that I clearly think at certain times you're not even going to think there were legal decisions. There isn't any rational reason that if you have an honest difference about whether your child should be in one home versus the other, that's a parenting decision. If you really cared about it, you say, okay, find me the best parenting expert in the world, and we'll sit in a room with him or her, and we'll have him or her explain, and we'll listen to their advice. You wouldn't if you were coming from a desert island somewhere trying to invent a system of law, you wouldn't say, boy, when we have parenting discussions, we're going to get a person with a law degree and a robe who knows anything about children to tell us. And that's just crazy. You'd never do that unless that was sort of imposed on you. So there are some areas that simply don't belong in the law, other areas that are ripe for legal stuff. But even in those areas, I think the law and the courtrooms are changing. Even the architecture is changing. At that conference, we had architects there saying, build courtrooms differently, have them look differently. Even in the criminal area, to try to, obviously getting people, that's a whole different idea, but rather than sending people and be in cages, can we put people in a situation where they can improve their lives? And the courtroom as being the springboard for that. Those are all things that I think are out there, but they have a long ways to go.